Hi guys, happy Thursday. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. If you haven't already, please subscribe. But today I wanted to talk about something that I realized is apparently a biggest category. TikTok I posted a get ready with me, and I was essentially just talking about what it's like to be somebody who is 29, married for 6 years and no kids. Learned that there's like a huge community of women who in the same place or have been married way longer and no kids, or they're in their mid-30s. There's people that are having babies like way later than is societally like acceptable or normal. I just kind of wanted to talk about some of the reasons why I'm glad that I haven't had a baby yet at the ripe age of 29. And I know I'm still a baby myself. I still feel like a baby myself, except for this guy. First one I want to talk about is my career and my husband's career. So we are both very creative, kind of free-flowing people. Neither of us have really enjoyed super corporate. Actually been really blessed with jobs throughout our 20s and getting to grow our network and the connections we've made and the friends we've made along the way through our jobs. Really did make us reflect about ourselves on how we are as people and what we want for the rest of our lives to be happy, fulfilled, successful, and whatever that definition means to us. All of the things we've been through in our 20s, we've had so many different jobs, and some we've stayed at for a long time, some it's been really short-lived. You know, just kind of learning that we've really wanted to be entrepreneurs and just like have our own business ultimately, and we finally gotten to the place where we're actually doing that. Part of it was just like accepting the journey that we would be going on, making that type of decision of owning our own business and just like the work and the sacrifice that takes. Honestly, not like a 9-to-5. You're working a lot more than 9-to-5. In the beginning stages, you're going to Costco and purchasing the 90 pack of chicken nuggets and trying to survive off that for as long as you can. And speaking from personal experience or anything, but if we were to have had kids already, who knows would have ever been able to get to this place where we're able to kind of say, hey, we're not going to go get a full-time job right now. We're going to actually hustle and try to create a career that we've both always wanted, with freedom, flexibility, that also prioritizes the things that we value most, which is our time together, our family, our long-term wealth goals. They're just some things with our career that we've reflected on. We are grateful for God's timing on the fact that we haven't had kids yet. Never to say that somebody who has kids can't do this or hasn't done this. My own parents got their business off the ground when they got pregnant with me. So I know it's possible. I know it's a thing. But just for the type of people we are, our story, the trajectory of our lives. The second reason I'm happy that we have not had kids yet is marriage, as we know. When you know, you find the right person. I found my person and I love him so much. He's amazing. He's not perfect. He's perfect for me. Not perfect. I'm not perfect. Everyone knows that's married. That marriage is hard. And so we naturally have had our share of little rough patches or things that we've been through, learning each other, figuring each other out. I came straight from my parents' house to living with my husband, moving states away from my hometown. So that came with a lot of different things of like me having no idea how to be an adult. They had been living on his own for 5 years. So he had his own share of things. He had, you know, his little like independence type things, and we just had issues. I'm not going to go into it. We had the regular problems that people come into a realization of after they've been married for a little while, and reflected, and we're like, wow, the little things that just used to absolutely drive us nuts at like year 2, year 3, and the jobs that he went through and how much he struggled and the sides that brought out in him and the way it affected me and the way that we were communicating. There was just things that were like, oof, that was not it. That was not a great time for us. But we made it through that, and we were able to help each other learn how to handle situations better, truly grow in our marriage, each other for about 6 years before we even started dating. So we had been good friends. I knew him pretty well. Really get to know somebody differently when you marry them and live with them. It's just a completely different thing. We just both reflect and are so grateful that we have loved each other through very different and difficult seasons of our lives, We've been able to see each other in a lot of different situations and see how each other handles things, find out each other's strengths and each other's weaknesses, and figure out how we can help each other in those and be a team to the best of our ability. Everybody that has had kids before the age of like 25 loves to tell me like, you're never gonna be ready for kids. I can appreciate that because you've lived something I haven't lived. So that may be true. When the time comes when I have kids, maybe I'll feel that way. But I just feel like we actually were not ready to have kids up until around now. For me, I feel like now we're actually at a point where at any time that we do have a kid, I feel like we can say that we're like more ready to have kids now. We get each other and we are in a great place. We've like really learned to prioritize time together, having our date nights. Scratching the surface here, but there is so much more to that. Not to take away, I'm not trying to invalidate the comment of like, you'll never be ready. I'm not trying to invalidate that. I don't have kids, so I can't even say if that's true or not. For us, we actually do feel like we're finally coming to a place where we are more ready, but we're not quite there yet. Thank you, God, the things that we learned together, that we've gone through that before having kids, because oh my gosh. And I know we'll continue to learn things, continue to grow, but at least for right now, the things like stepping into our early adulthood, I'm grateful that we are not there yet. And that leads me to number 3, and that is self-discovery, because both of us, we're married and we have our married things that we've worked through and has helped us grow as people. But then there's the individual part of it, of us growing as individuals, as people. I feel like I've made a complete 180 I feel like I still got a lot more to grow. But from the time I got married, oh my gosh, I just look back, I'm like, that poor baby girl had no idea about life. She knew nothing. She knew absolutely nothing. Coming to the point where I'm at now, I feel like I can confidently say that I won't be living vicariously through my kids. Things I'll love to see through their eyes and different things like that, but there's just things that I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful that I have like figured myself out and kind of established myself truly. And I know that there might be moms or people in the comments that come for me and say like, oh, you'll become a whole different person, you have no idea. I'm only saying from my side of the story is I feel like I've really gotten to establish myself in my relationship and with my sense of self before I've gotten to have a kid. So at least I'll have that somewhat of a baseline to go into when I decide to step into parenthood. I didn't know who I was like before I had a kid. Like sometimes I hear moms say like, I had no idea who I was before I had a kid. Like it gave me purpose. And I think that's so beautiful. I am completely okay with being given a new purpose and a new lease on life with having a baby. I'm totally down for how it will change me. And there are millions of hard things, millions of beautiful things. I'm acknowledging all of it. I'm not a mom, so give me a break. I don't know everything. My perspective, I feel like as somebody who is 29, who's been married for a little while and doesn't have kids, that's my perspective on things, that I feel like I've really come to know myself. And I can say that because there's earlier years of my 20s where I'm like, oh my gosh, like I was so just not established in who I was. And I feel like I can confidently say that I'm starting to just really come to terms with things within me and learn how to take care of myself best and know what I need and know what I need to function well and how to be disciplined, and just learning those little ins and outs of your brain and just like how to kind of like hack your life the best. For Isaiah too, there's so many things. We were talking about this today. He was just saying, man, the way that I was when I was working a job that was fully commission-based, he was so stressed out about money. Well, I had a full-time job that had great benefits and a great salary. We were fine, but he was stressing out and he felt like he was so behind. And that was like year 3 of our marriage too. He's like, wow. He's like, I would never believe now that I'm living fully off of commission pay, like running my own business and, not knowing for sure what we're going to make every month. And he's like, that's crazy self-growth, because he was saying how much he stressed out before, like in a different time of our life, and how it truly just overwhelmed him like to his core. Now it's like he's got a healthy amount of like that, the pressure that comes with being a business owner. Sorry if the angle looks at all different. My camera died on me, and so I am currently re-saying the last couple minutes of this YouTube video. The ability to have self-discovery and truly just have had this time to learn and grow into ourselves in a whole different way has been such a blessing. Like we're truly looking at it with gratitude. Any bitterness or dislike towards like family. Like we absolutely love family. We love our friends with kids. We love their kids. It's just like for us, I think it's okay that we're 29 and 30 and that we're just like happy with where we are. I think for me, there's a big gap in content online where like at least what I was seeing on my For You page is a lot of people who are, you know, it's like the day in the life of a mom of 4 or whatever. And I love watching those stuff. I literally have so many mom influencers I follow that I absolutely love their content. Like I welcome motherly advice. I literally love that stuff. But I think it led me to start having this conversation is that more commonly than not, once I get into a conversation with somebody that has kids that's my age or, you know, like a couple years older that has a family, like I just noticed there's some comments here and there that it's not necessarily that they rub me the wrong way. It's just like, it's almost like because they have kids, they think that I should kind of be taking that next step of like, the main comments I would get is like, oh, well, you're never ready to have kids, as though to say like, I shouldn't be waiting for something to happen, which I don't really think that most people are just sitting back and waiting for no reason. Either there's like an infertility issue or, you know, they don't know if they can have them or not, but they're just enjoying life. And, you know, they really are in a place where they are, you know, like Isaiah and I were just building our business and we really enjoy our life. Like we're just not there yet. But when we do get there, we're going to be so excited to be to that place in our life. We're going to be financially ready. You're never going to be this and that. But I think, honestly, I just don't know that those things are true. I absolutely can get to a place financially where you're more comfortable to have kids. And I think for us, like we just really take that responsibility very seriously of like when we do come to the time of having kids, we just want to feel like, you know, we're able to give them everything we want to give them. Just wanted to share a little bit of this side of the story for someone who does want kids. We're just not there yet, 29 and 30 years old. Everybody's life, marriage, timeline, you know, God's plan for everybody's life is so unique and different. And so this is just our story. I wanted to share it with you. And, you know, if you're in a similar place to me, please like, comment, you know, subscribe, please, because it helps me out so much, especially now, you know, that we have our own business and that I'm doing social media a lot more now. It helps me a lot. I would love to bump up my YouTube subscriber amount. I'm really close to 200, but I'm really wanting to hit 1,000 before the end of this year. So I've got big dreams for my YouTube channel. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you listening to me. And I hope this video made you feel like a little bit more seen or a little bit less alone. And truly for me, after sharing the video that I did on TikTok of just being 29, no kids, married 6 years, I just realized how many women were in a similar situation to me and that it made them feel so seen and understood. And it made me feel seen and understood because I didn't realize how many, I'm so used to my TikToks just kind of like, you know, you get into the 200, 300 jail, but this one blew up and it was like so many women so similar to my story and it was so comforting. It made me feel like there's this confidence to my story and like it's okay to not be ready having kids if we're not there yet. Like it's okay to be that way and it's okay to have kids in your 30s. Like you're not behind. God never said in the Bible like by 30 you gotta have kids. Pretty sure people were having kids in their 90s and 100s in the Bible. So things are just a little bit different. But I'm just going to leave it at that because I've been speaking too much. But I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me, being here, and showing up every Thursday for me. I love you guys, and I will see you next Thursday. Bye.